Hello everyone, welcome back. In this part, we are going to talk about processes in Linux. So by the end of this part, you will understand what a process is, how to view running processes, how to find a process ID, how to stop or kill a process, and how background and foreground processes work. So all explanations will be simple, practical, and beginner friendly. So let's get started. So in Linux, a process is simply a program that is currently running. Okay. So for example, when you open a browser, that browser becomes a process, and when you open the terminal, that terminal is a process. Okay. So even system services running in the background are processes, and each process in Linux has a unique number called a PID, which stands for process ID, and Linux uses this PID to track and manage processes. Okay, so let's start by viewing running processes. To view running processes, we use the PS command like that. Okay, and if we, the PS command stands for process status. Okay, and when you run PS alone, it shows processes running in the current terminal session only. Okay, so and if we press enter, we are going to see these processes running in the current terminal. Okay, only. Okay, and to see all processes are running on the system, we use PS aux like that. PS aux. Okay. So A shows processes. So A shows processes from all users. Okay. And this U shows displays detailed user-oriented information. Okay. And this X here. Okay, this X includes processes are not attached to a terminal, such as background services. Okay, so and if we run this command, let us press enter. Okay, so and if we run this command, let me use. Okay, so let me not zoom out. Okay, so this is enough for us to see what we need. Okay, so here we have the user column. Okay, so let us. I'm going to just mention about the important only about the important columns. Okay, so we have this user column. Okay, so this one shows who owns the process, and as you can see, most of these processes are owned by the root user. Okay, as you can see, loot, except for this one. Okay, message here, we have message plus, we have our ticket. Okay, and we have user. As you can see, these are now for the user. Okay, user, and the loot like that. Okay, and we have another column which is the PID. Okay, so this one is the process ID. Okay, and as you can see, this process, we have a process with the process ID 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, like that. 137, 138, like that. Okay, so we have another column which is percentage CPU. Okay, and this one shows the CPU usage in percentage. Okay, and as you can see, so this process is taking 0.0 percentage of the CPU. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so as you can see, we have these processes that are taking 0.1 uh, uh, CPU usage. Okay, and we have another column which is percentage mem. Okay, and this one shows the memory usage in percentage. Okay, so as you can see, this process is taking 0.4 memory. Okay, memory usage. Okay, in percentage. Okay, 0.4% percent memory usage. Okay, as you can see here. So we have another column which is the command column. Okay, so let me try to zoom out a little bit. Just press Ctrl and then minus like that. Okay, like that. And let us try to expand so that you can see everything going on. Okay, like that. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the command column. So the command column shows the command that started the process. Okay, and this command is very useful when troubleshooting and performance issues. Okay, so let us now take a look at, let us talk about real-time monitoring. Okay, so we have the top command which shows processes live. Okay, and it keeps on updating, okay, for every process, okay, that runs, okay, that starts, okay, every few seconds, okay. So let us try to use the top command. So let me try to zoom, okay. So if you want to zoom a little bit, you can use Control Shift then plus like that, or you can use Control then the plus button, okay, if you have it there. But for me to reach at the plus button, I need to press Shift then the plus, okay, like that. So we are going to go down here and we are going to use the top, okay. So if we use the top command and we press enter, so as you can see, it's going to keep on updating, okay, every few seconds, okay, for each process that has been started, okay. As you can see, it keeps on changing, okay. Okay, so we have the CPU usage, as you can see here. We have the CPU usage, we have the memory usage, we have also the system uptime, okay, right here. As you can see, we have the time here, the time. We also have the process ID, we have the user, we have the command, like that, okay. So below that is a list of processes, okay, that are sorted by the CPU usage by default, as you can see here. So this one, as you can see, the one on top is the one that has the that takes most of the CPU usage, okay. So as you can see here, this one 6 2 there is a process that has started that is taking 10% of the CPU. As you can see, now we have the one which is taking 7.7.5, like that, okay. So let us take a look at some useful keys, okay, while top is running. So, okay, so we have the Q, which is used to quit. So if we press Q right now, we are going to quit, okay, this process, seeing this output, okay. We are going to exit, okay, or to quit, okay. And we have K, which is used to kill a process, okay. So you will be asked for the process ID if you want to use the K, okay, to kill a process, okay. And we have M, which is used to sort by the memory usage, okay. And if you want to sort by memory usage, as you can see here, we have 4. So let us try to sort by memory usage. You can press M, okay. So right now, if we press M, we are now sorting by memory usage, okay. So for if you want to sort by the CPU usage, you can go back and use P, okay. You can use P, just press P, as you can see. So here we are getting a certain error. So let us press P. As you can, unknown command, try H for help. So let's press M, okay. So M is working. Let us press P. P is not working right now, okay. But just know P sorts by CPU usage, okay. So top is extremely useful for identifying which process is slowing down your system, okay. So we can see. So if you want to see the process that is slowing that is slowing your system, you should look for the one that consumes most of the memory and the CPU, okay, like that, okay. So let us now take a look at finding a process by name with the pgrep command, okay. So sometimes you don't know the process ID, only the program name, okay. So you can use the pgrep command, okay. So let me try to quit. Use Q to quit, like that, and let us try to use the pgrep. So you can use pgrep command, like that, and let us try to start a program here that we know. So let me try to start Firefox, okay. So you can just press Firefox here, or you can just go here, down here in the menu, okay. Even if you are using even if you're using Kali Linux, you can do the same, okay. So we can let us start Firefox. So you can just type Firefox to search. As you can see, you can get Firefox Profile Manager, you can get Firefox ESR, okay. But whatever you want to start, okay, you can just click on it, okay, to start. But I like to use this way, okay. So let me click on this one. So let us start. So here, as you can see, starting Firefox, down ESR. So it's the one that we have started. Okay, so let me take a look at. So if I use pgrep and then I use Firefox, this command is going to search for a process named Firefox and returns its process ID. Okay, so if we press enter, as you can see, we get the process ID for the Firefox application. Okay, and if we want to kill, so if there are multiple instances of that program, okay, running, you will see multiple process IDs. Okay, you see multiple process IDs. So you can now you can also view the process with more details. Okay, using ox. Okay, so we can get ps ox like that, and then we use the pipe. This is called a pipe, and it sends output, okay, from one command to another. Okay, so let us send the output to grep, and we want to grep to get only the Firefox program processes. Okay, and if we press enter, as you can see, we get this one. Okay, we get this output. Whoa, it's really huge. So let me try to zoom out a little bit. Control, then minus, like that, and let us expand like that, so we get this view like this. Okay, you can try to expand and see everything in one line. Okay, you can try it. Okay, so the grep filters the output to only show lines containing Firefox. Okay, as you can see, all these lines that we have contain the word Firefox, as you can see here, contains the word Firefox. Okay, so we can, if we know the process ID, if we know the process ID, when we use the pgrep, or from the processes that are running, like here, these process IDs, these ones here, we can now kill that process using the kill command. Okay, we can kill that process or stop it using the kill command. Okay, so right now let us first see the processes that we have. So ps ox that. Let us take a look at Firefox. So we have seen that Firefox is having two what? What is the process ID for Firefox? It's 2406. Okay, yours might be different. Okay, might be different. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 2406. So let me look for 2406, and I see if it corresponds to Firefox. Okay, we have 24, where's 24? 2406, it's right here. 2406, as you can see, we have it here. Firefox, as you can see, but there are some other instances. Okay, so let me try to use again. Let me try to use pgrep, then Firefox. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, so this is the main process. Okay, so let us try to kill that process. So we use kill and then the process ID. Okay, so we want to kill two. I want to kill a 2406, like that. And if we press enter and we press again and then we type again ps ox, like that. Wow, as you can see, we no longer have Firefox any Firefox process running. Okay, and if we use, let us use pgrep, let us use ps ox, and then we pipe it into grep for grep to filter out. And if we press enter, as you can see, we only have this one, and this one, is it a process? Yeah, but as if it's like a minor process. Okay, which is not a major one. Okay, so this one is going to send a sig term signal. Okay, so if we use the kill, this kill command, this kill sends what we call a sig term signal, and this one politely asks the process to stop. Okay, and if the process refuses to stop, you can use kill, then you specify this option -9, like that. Okay, and the -9 option sends a kill signal, which forces the process to stop immediately. And you should be careful with the Q-9, because it does not allow the program to clean up properly. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about foreground and background processes. So if you run a command, normally, yeah, it runs in the foreground. Okay, so let us take a look at this one. Let us take a look at this one. So if we run this command sleep, we are calling the sleep program. Okay, so we want to sleep 30. Okay, for 30 seconds. Okay, and if we press enter, as you can see, so now this process is now running in the foreground. Okay, so this command pauses for 30 seconds and blocks the terminal. So to run it in the background, we can add the ampersand. Okay, so if in order to exit, we can press Control X, Control C. Okay, like that, Control C, not Control X, Control C. Okay, to cancel. Okay, so we can, if you want to run it in the background, you can use sleep. Okay, sleep 30, and then we add ampersand. Okay, and now it's going to run in the background. Okay, and if we press enter, as you can see here, this is the process ID. Okay, so now the terminal is free. Okay, and the process runs in the background. So to see background jobs, we can run jobs command like that. And if we press enter, as you can see, we have this running. Okay, this running job or running process in the background. As you can see, it's running. Okay, and if we run it again, as you can see, 30 seconds have not yet passed. That's why it's still running. Okay, but after 30 seconds, it's going to end, and we are not going to see anything. Okay, anything like that. So if we press jobs again, it's still, as you can see, it's now done. Okay, it's no longer running, it's done. Okay, so to bring a background job to the foreground, we use FG. Okay, so let us do it again. So let us run a background process like that. Okay, and then let us use FG to call it in the foreground. And if we press it, we press enter, as you can see, it has locked the terminal, and it has to we have to wait for 30 seconds to pass. Okay, so that's it. So today, in this part, we have we have looked at Linux processes, what they are, how to view them using PS and top, how to find a process by name, how to store processes safely, and how background and foreground processes work. So if you found this part helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more Linux parts. Okay, so thank you so much.